Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I am Maria, aka agapelovegirl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, I am back again with another behind the scenes look to show you how the MBA Cosmetics pressed silk effect shadows are made. In addition to that, I'll also be including several swatches of some of the newest shades so you can see them in action. The MBA Cosmetics Silk Effects Pressed Shadows are some of my very favorite shadows. They are extremely silky, smooth, and richly pigmented colors that apply like a dream. They are honestly a hidden gem that I really wish more people knew about, and I'm hoping this video helps. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Silk Effect shadows are actually made from MBA Cosmetics loose shadows, which they have over 100 different beautiful shades of. Each loose shadow is a unique blend of micas and pigments, which are mixed and grinded together with base ingredients that give them adhesion, slip, opacity, and more. We don't get to see that part of the process, as there's got to be some mystery to this and their recipe, but this gives you an idea of how they're made. Anyways, the loose shadows are made in small batches and kept on the wall, as you can see here, until they are needed to be packaged up in jars, used for some lip products, or made into Silk Effect shadows. There are currently 59 shades of the Silk Effect shadows, and today we are going to see how the shade Heartthrob is made. Heartthrob is a gorgeous metallic-like red with a pink undertone. To get started, the loose version of Heartthrob is pulled from the shelf and poured into a new container. It is then mixed with alcohol to create a slurry. Seems simple enough, but it's got to be just the right consistency. Not too thick and not too runny. The slurry mixture looks absolutely mesmerizing. Once the consistency is just right, the mix will be added to pans. The pans are slightly overfilled to compensate for the alcohol evaporation. Once that happens, the shadows will shrink down just a little bit. After being filled, a toothpick is used to diffuse any clumps and pop any air bubbles that may occur. The pans are then left to set and dry for a few hours. After that, each shadow pan is pressed individually by hand while the mixture is still a little damp. A small fishnet style cloth is used when being pressed to create the design on the finished shadows. As well, a solid cloth is also used over top to absorb any excess moisture and protect from the metal press. Once the Silk Effect shadows are pressed, they are left to set for 24 hours. The next day, they will be cleaned up and then glued into their compacts, as you can see here. The Silk Effect shadows are also available without the compact as pan only for use in magnetic palettes. I didn't get footage of this, but these shadows are later packaged up the same way the chromolites are, which I did get footage of for the entire process from base to packaging and shipping out. So if you have not yet seen my last How It's Made video featuring MBA Cosmetics chromolites glitters, you will definitely want to check that out. I will have that linked in the description box for your convenience. And that wraps it up for how the MBA Cosmetics Silk Effect shadows are made. But I hope you will stick around, because now I'll be giving you a closer look at some of the newest shades MBA Cosmetics has come out with, both loose and pressed. I'll also be showing you swatches of them in a few ways so you can really get an idea of the quality of these shadows, as well as the different ways you can use and apply them. I'm going to start off with the shade Heartthrob, since that color has been the main focus of this video, and I'm sure you might want to see the results. First, I'm going to show you the loose version. Now, because it is a loose shadow, you definitely want to use a primer or some sort of base. But for the sake of being thorough, I'm going to show you how it looks without a primer, swatched with a brush. The color is beautiful but pretty sheer. Intensity can be built up, but again, it will look best with a primer, which I will show later on. Next, I'm going to show you how the shadow looks when foiled. It's simply magical. To do this, I'm going to mix the loose shadow with MBA Cosmetics Glitter Foil and Line Effect Serum. This creates a stunning metallic or foiled effect that is very opaque, and once it dries down, it stays in place without smudging. You can use this method for a full lid look or create a beautiful eyeliner. Stay tuned for more foiled swatches later on. Now I'm going to show you how it looks with a primer. I use the Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer because it's my favorite to use, especially with loose shadows. You can see what a difference using a primer makes, but even just having some sort of tacky base for the shadows to stick to really helps. Moving on to the Silk Effects version of Heartthrob, I'm going to do a finger swatch to show you its full rich color. And next I will show you with a brush. One thing I love about these shadows is how well they apply with a brush, just as rich and opaque as with a finger. So no matter how you prefer to apply, these will look amazing. Keep in mind both of these were swatched without a primer and look great. I often use the Silk Effects shadows without a primer because I don't think it's absolutely necessary for me personally, but a primer will definitely offer even more opaque coverage and longevity. Now that I've covered several ways one shadow can be used, I want to show you more swatches of some of the other gorgeous shades. Up first, I'm going to show you a few quads put together in one of MBA Cosmetics' sparkly 4-pan palettes, which can be purchased separately. I just think these color combinations are fabulous. The shadows featured in this first quad are Vanilla Pearl, a satiny vanilla with a slight golden orange shimmer, Wild Olive, a metallic shimmery light golden green, Coral Cove, a shimmery metallic peachy coral, and Tokyo Sun, which is a stunning shimmery metallic burnt golden orange. The next quad features Pebblestone, a metallic shimmery light bronze that is absolutely a must-have. You will be in awe when you see it swatched. Then Rootbeer, which is a shimmery golden brown, Wasabi, a light shimmery green with yellow undertone, and Twisted, a medium deep cool green. This next quad features Bronzique, a super silky metallic gold bronze, Rosy Outlook, a shimmery mauve rose with a gold bronze shift, Coral Cove, which was also in the first quad, and Spiceberry, a spicy shimmery copper red. Next up, I have a couple more pairings to show you. First is Neptune and Alcazar. Neptune is a soft and shimmery blue-green. Alcazar is a super saturated metallic burnt gold orange. The next set is Chiffon and Mayan Gold. Chiffon is a pretty bubblegum pink with golden sparkle, and Mayan Gold is a metallic, bright, warm gold. Lastly, I want to show you a few more shadows being foiled and swatched. The first two shades are simply magical and must-haves in my opinion. Terra Rosa is a cool bronze with mauve undertones and gold sparkles. Swatched next to Terra Rosa is Mahogany, which is a super saturated deep coppery brown with golden green sparks. It's one of the most gorgeous shadows I have ever seen. Next up is Tokyo Sun, which I showed earlier as a Silk Effect shadow, and next to it is once again Heartthrob. I just cannot get enough of these shades. What about you? I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment letting me know which shades and color combinations were your favorite. Of course, if you have any other comments or questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Be sure to check the info box for more info and links to these products, and don't forget you can get 15% off with my code agapelovegirl15. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends if you enjoyed. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes!